Double Diamond Railroad back with a quick late Tuesday afternoon, early evening update, projects update, what we've been doing yesterday and today. Aside from the buried ground wire work outside, it's taken most of the afternoon. We're still not done. We had to have a repair on our well casing, and a guy brought the hoe in and ripped up my underground lightning protection system. So we're having to rebuild that. Now we got to go back to the hardware store again tomorrow and get some more clamps, because we found a buried ground rod I forgot was under there. And the copper wire broke underneath there also. So we got to put another clamp, put that back together, put a butt splice with a big heat shrink over it and bury it. Cut a new slip trench so it won't be dug up anymore. It'll be on the other side of the wellhead. That's what we've been doing this afternoon. This morning we spent about 2 hours painting track by hand. I want to show you yesterday. I can't zoom any closer. Yesterday we finally got up to gumption to take the Dremel out, the mini moto tool on a KCS. Can't see him now. Hold it up so you can see. Now I replaced the rear coupler with a Microtrains assembled unit, which they said you couldn't do. And it was tough because there is metal in there, like a surround thing. 2 tabs sticking up. But fortunately I was able to bend them out a little bit. I ground out the thing with my little moto tool. Opened it up all I could, all the plastic. Then the metal was in the way. And so I had to clamp and file down the outer casing of my Microtrains assembled coupler. And once I got that all rounded off and everything, I was able to wiggle it in there and push it on straight in, put the original screw back in to hold it. And it looked like it's a little bit high, but it's pretty doggone close. It looks pretty level. I checked on the track gauge. Actually, it looks better out here than it did on the test. And I'm not so sure that front coupler is working well on that Mac. I might have to change them out again. It seemed very loose and sloppy, even though it's a new one. So we'll see how it goes though. We'll test it out. So I got that done because it was driving me nuts. What I found is the scale change coupler, it would click close, or it would click open and stay there. It wouldn't just flex and close. It's like a catch in them. So I'd always have to take long needle nose and clamp that thing down. Now we're going to move over to where we did the painting today on the track. All the white shims, everything. Okay, so right here, all along, the shims were all along this edge after that switch. That was all white showing up. I had to glue it today. It wasn't glued, so I had to stop painting and glue. Super glue everything, come back an hour later. And went over it, touched it up twice. I think it looks pretty good now. Rail brown. So all the shims are painted brown now, instead of that white. And the rails are painted brown, the outside of the ties, everything. And we cleaned them, wiped it all right. We'll have to check with a train, see how we do through the switches. Tried to protect them. Didn't do much on that one. And we cleaned everything though with a scrub and eraser, and 3 times 3 different ways I cleaned it, ran the gauge through it. So we got that done. Then we come over here to the next part. Swing over here. Okay, right through here, started here with that extension in front of the tank car. And I see now it must have rubbed off. I had this jumper soldered spot. He was painted. But then when I cleaned it, it must have rubbed it back off. Had to touch that up again. So that whole switch through there, all that extended track, came up through here. Let's see if I can brighten up. I don't know what that did. There we go. All up through there, all the switches. Let's stop and get a high view. There, a little easier to see up here, the effect of it. all the way up through there, all those shims, that was all white. Got that. Clear past the building. And back up here, a lot of white shims were on the bridge underneath there. Got that all browned out, the track, the switches. And he even went to the back switch back there, painted him in. Little extension track, about 6 incher, right there in the middle. Did that, all that rail. So got every visible switch now. There's one under the green car. He's not painted yet. Couldn't get to him right then. So we'll come back and touch this solder spot up and we'll get him then. That should be all the switches. That's the only one I missed. Now let's see. I'll bring you over to the other side. Now you can see here the difference. I did not do this switch. I don't know why. Overlooked it. Because I had the Amtrak here and another train blocking them. I did get the solder jumper in a couple spots. Can't really see it now. It's down under the down here somewhere. Hard to see it now. The tripod don't want to stay. Should be right under this guy's door. Yeah, right under there's one. It's less noticeable now. I have to touch them up again because it's metal. Don't want to stick to it too good. So we'll jump out here to the new track. So I got some more work, another hour's work yet. Okay, now we're over here where we got new track and new switch. So right there from that joint and back. You didn't paint the blue foam, we'll go in there with green or gray or something. Did that whole thing twice. Came down here, touched up down here. Did a whole switch. And that extended track right there, it's about 6 inches long. Painted that all brown, inside, outside. So somehow I have to go back over and touch up a little more depth. When you're doing that with those acrylics, they kind of slip over plastic. I have to dab it on. And you have to go back. So that's what we were working on today. Looks pretty cool, zoomed in on everything. Okay guys, that's all for the update. Let's get my signals in here. Got a green. Yeah, because there's no Fred on the back of the Amtrak, so it's not. I do have resistors and wheels now that I could take certain cars and make up some resistor wheels and make that, solve that. But I don't know if I'm keeping those Amtraks. Get the new Kato, it might be easier. Oh, I did add the, you might have noticed, come back here. Dug out the old baggage car and I found out it's a Kato. So I put it in the mix and it runs well. I made it all the way around OD rails. I tried this other one I wanted, but it would not couple up to anything. Couplers are terrible. Some other off-brand. I got the baggage car now. Gave me another car in a contest. Okay, that's it for tonight. Take care. God bless. Tomorrow we'll have Do Not Hump Wednesday. We'll be running trains. Because I won't be doing, I'll do that in the morning and get it ready for afternoon release. And I'll be outside doing the ground wire again, trying to finish that job off. We got to cut a slip trench and everything. My wife has to do all the digging. I'm the supervisor. Thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. Everybody have a good week, the rest of it. Beautiful weather here in Ohio. Double Diamond Railroad, out.